My beloved child. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. You're about to hear a story where fate itself steps onto the field, not as an observer, but as a player. And my beloved child, listen closely, because the moment this story begins, your world will not be the same again. The night was calm, too calm, almost like the universe was holding its breath. A young man named Aaron stood alone at the edge of an empty stadium, staring at the flickering lights as if they were whispering secrets only he could hear. He didn't know why he felt pulled there, why his heart thumped like something enormous was waiting behind the shadows. But you, yes, you watching this, don't skip. You must stay till the end. Because every second now is building toward a truth fate has hidden for 17 years. Aaron stepped onto the field. Grass beneath him. Silence behind him. But in front of him, a presence. Heavy. Familiar. Almost alive. And that was the moment he felt it. A move. A shift. A pulse in the air, as if destiny itself took its first step toward him. Don't skip. You're about to understand why fate has never played a game like this. A sudden voice echoed through the stadium, not loud, not soft, but impossibly clear. Aaron, you finally came. He froze. His breath vanished. His eyes widened. Because he knew that voice. Everyone in the world did. Even you. Even if you don't realize it yet, you know that voice too. He turned slowly, and there, exactly at the center of the field, stood a figure shaped like a man, but wrapped in swirling light. Not blinding, but warm. Familiar. Like something you've missed your whole life without knowing. Don't skip. Trust me. Something unbelievable is coming. Who are you? Aaron whispered. The figure stepped forward, and every light inside the stadium flared as if bowing. I am the one who wrote your beginning, it said. And I am here, to play the final game with you. Aaron's heart nearly stopped. His knees weakened. Because deep inside him, under every memory, under every fear, under every question he ever asked while staring at the ceiling in the middle of lonely nights, he recognized that presence. My beloved child, the figure continued, you have no idea how many times I've tried to reach you. The stadium trembled. The sky darkened. And fate, yes, fate itself, took another step forward. Don't skip. Stay with me. You need to hear what happens next. Aaron felt the wind twist around him, pulling him forward like hands made of air. His pulse pounded in his ears. His breath shook. He wanted to run. He wanted to scream. But above all, he wanted answers. For years, the figure said, you believed everything was random. Every loss. Every heartbreak. Every moment you fell to your knees and wondered why the world was so cruel to you. The lights dimmed again, leaving Aaron and the glowing figure in a vast pool of shadow. But nothing was random, not for you. Aaron swallowed hard. Why me? A soft laugh echoed, gentle, but filled with a strange weight. Because you were chosen before you even took your first breath. Don't skip. You must hear this entire part or the next reveal won't make sense. Aaron stumbled backward, shaking his head. Chosen for what? The figure raised a hand, and suddenly, across the field, images appeared. Floating. Spinning. Moments from Aaron's own life. His childhood. His scars. His victories. His failures. Every moment he thought no one saw. Every tear he wiped away when no one was around. Every dream he buried because he thought he wasn't enough. You think I wasn't watching, the figure whispered. You think fate wasn't waiting for you to stand back up every single time? Aaron's breath hitched. His throat tightened. Because something deep inside him, something he always ignored, was waking up. Don't skip. This gets even more unreal from here. Then the ground beneath Aaron's feet began to glow, circular patterns spreading outward like the field itself was turning into a giant board, a cosmic arena. This, the glowing figure declared, is the place where fate tests those destined for more. Aaron's chest thumped. But why me? I'm nobody. The figure drew close, so close Aaron felt warmth crash into him like a wave. My beloved child, that is exactly why you were chosen. An explosion of wind blasted through the stadium. The goalposts shook. The seats vibrated. The sky itself trembled. Because fate, yes, fate, was no longer speaking as a distant storyteller. It was right in front of him. Playing. Moving. Breathing. Alive. Don't skip. What happens next is the real beginning. The figure pointed toward the far end of the field, and suddenly a second figure emerged, dark, sharp, dripping with an energy that made Aaron's skin crawl. Every chosen one, fate said, faces a rival. Aaron squinted. Who is that? Your shadow, fate answered. The version of you shaped by every fear you've refused to face. Aaron stared hard. And what he saw next nearly froze his soul. The shadow looked exactly like him. Same face. Same height. Same build. But darker. Colder. A version of him that never healed, never learned, never believed. My beloved child, the game begins when you face yourself. Aaron stepped back, heart slamming inside his chest. This can't be real, he whispered. Fate moved closer, its light swirling brighter. Reality bends when destiny takes the field. Don't skip. Stay with me. Because the next twist will hit you like lightning. Aaron's shadow self smiled, a slow, chilling smile that felt wrong on his own face. You're not ready, the shadow echoed, voice distorted. You never were. Aaron clenched his fists, shaking. I'm tired of running from who I was. Fate nodded. Then stepped forward. The ground shifted. The air thickened. And suddenly the entire stadium felt like a living battlefield. Aaron's heart pounded. His fingers trembled. His breath shook. But he stepped forward anyway. And then, without warning, the field split open with blinding light, dragging Aaron, fate, and the shadow self into a swirling vortex of memories and future visions colliding like thunder. Don't skip. The biggest reveal of part 1 is seconds away. Aaron landed on his knees inside a vast void, stars swirling above him, time bending around him, echoes of every choice he ever made spinning like ghosts. The shadow stepped closer. "Do you know why fate brought you here?" it asked. Aaron forced himself to stand. "Tell me." The shadow leaned in. "Because the greatest game of your life is the one where losing means losing everything. And winning means rewriting the destiny of millions." Aaron's heart stopped. Millions? Why millions? He looked at fate for answers. But fate only whispered, "My beloved child, the truth is bigger than you can imagine. Stay in the game. Stay till the end. Because the next move will change everything." The lights flared. The ground shook. The void shattered. "My beloved child. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you." The void burst open with a roar, like the universe inhaling all at once, and Aaron fell through the collapsing light. But this time, he wasn't landing on a field. He was landing inside his own future. A city skyline stretched beneath him. Not ruined. Not destroyed. But frozen, locked in mid-motion like time itself had paused. Cars hung inches above the ground. People stood still, expressions caught halfway between fear and wonder. Even the wind seemed trapped in place. "Aaron," fate's voice whispered beside him, "this is what your next move decides. Don't skip. Stay with me. This part will shake you." Aaron stared across the silent city. "What is this place?" "Your timeline," fate answered. "The one that unravels, if you choose wrong." Aaron swallowed, his heartbeat loud enough to echo. "Why am I seeing this?" "Because the game has started," fate said, "and every game begins with understanding what you could lose." The shadow self materialized behind Aaron, its presence colder, sharper, almost suffocating. "You think you're meant for greatness?" it whispered. "Look around. One wrong step, and everything collapses." Aaron clenched his fists. "I don't believe you." "You don't have to," the shadow sneered. "But fate does. And that's why it dragged you here. Don't skip. The reveal is building." The ground beneath them shimmered, transforming into a glowing pathway stretching through the frozen city. At the end of the path stood a blinding light, pulsing like a heartbeat. "That," fate whispered, "is the moment everything changes." Aaron frowned. "What's inside it?" "Your final choice." Aaron took a step forward, but fate raised a hand. "My beloved child, before you walk this path, you must hear what you were never told." The world dimmed. A humming filled the air, vibrating through Aaron's bones. "You weren't just chosen," fate said. "You were protected." Images burst around him, flashbacks of childhood moments when disaster nearly struck but somehow didn't. Times he thought he was lucky, but now he saw invisible threads pulling him away from danger, nudging him toward survival. "You think you've been alone," fate whispered, "but I have walked beside you from the first moment you opened your eyes." Aaron felt tears burn at the edges of his vision. "Why me?" "Because every great story begins with someone who doubts themselves. Don't skip. Seriously. The truth is seconds away. The shadow stepped forward, smirking. And every great downfall begins with someone who believes too late. Aaron turned sharply. You're not real. You're just fear. The shadow's smile widened. Exactly. But fear shapes destiny more than courage ever does. For the first time, Aaron realized, he wasn't fighting a villain. He was fighting the part of himself that never believed he deserved destiny. A sudden gust of wind cracked the silence. The frozen cars rattled. The sky flickered like broken film. Time was starting to wake up. Fate's light brightened. You must move, Aaron. The path won't hold much longer. Move where? Aaron asked. Forward. But I don't know what's waiting for me. You're not supposed to, Fate said softly. That's what faith is. Don't skip. This is where everything flips. Aaron stepped onto the glowing path. The moment his foot touched it, the world trembled, like the universe recognized his choice. With each step, memories flashed under his feet, his first heartbreak. His biggest failure. The nights he cried quietly so no one would hear. The days he smiled even when he was breaking inside. The dreams he buried. The dreams he still chased. The version of him he wished he could be. My beloved child, Fate whispered, every scar you carry is a doorway. Not a wall. Aaron felt something shift in his chest, something heavy lifting, something ancient awakening. But the shadow walked beside him, whispering doubts with every step. You'll fail. You're not enough. This isn't your story. You're pretending. You're weak. Aaron's breath faltered. But then Fate spoke, you are not weak. You are unfinished. The glowing path brightened at those words, and the shadow hissed as if burned. Don't skip. What's coming is the most important moment so far. As Aaron neared the blinding light at the end of the path, he saw a silhouette inside it, a figure shaped like him, but radiant, strong, calm, powerful. A version of him he had never been, yet always wanted to be. That, Fate whispered, is who you could become, if you win. Aaron felt his heart stop. His future self raised a hand, inviting him forward. But suddenly the shadow grabbed Aaron's shoulder and pulled him back with violent force. He doesn't deserve that future, the shadow screamed. He's failed too many times. He doubts everything. He breaks under pressure. Fate thundered with a voice that shook the entire frozen city, let him go. The shadows around the city shattered like glass, exploding into swirling darkness. Aaron stumbled forward, gasping, free from the grip. Don't skip. The twist is seconds away. Aaron looked at Fate. Tell me the truth. What happens if I fail this game? Fate stepped closer, its voice lower, heavier. If you fail, your shadow wins. And the world loses the version of you it desperately needs. Aaron felt chills run across his skin. The world? He whispered. Why me? Why does the world need me? The light at the end of the path pulsed violently, sending ripples across the city. Fate answered, because you will save someone who will save millions. Aaron's breath stopped. Who am I supposed to save? Fate leaned close, its voice almost a whisper of destiny, you. The city cracked. The sky tore. The frozen world began to collapse around them. Don't skip. Something huge is seconds away. The light exploded open, engulfing everything, pulling Aaron into a spiral of truth, fear, destiny, and possibility. And just before part 2 ends, fate whispered one final line, "My beloved child, the next move is yours. And the world will feel it. Don't skip. Stay ready." Part 3 will reveal what fate never wanted anyone else to know. Share, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the final part, because it only gets bigger from here. My beloved child. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Aaron tumbled through the explosion of light, and when the world finally settled, he found himself standing in a vast hall that seemed to stretch forever. The walls shimmered like liquid silver, reflecting not just his face, but every version of himself he had ever been, and every version he could become. My beloved child, fate's voice echoed softly, welcome to the Hall of Choices. Aaron's knees shook. Choices? What do you mean? Every step you take from this point will echo across your life, and countless lives connected to yours, fate explained. Here, you will face the ultimate truth, the version of yourself that can't be ignored. Don't skip. The next moment will change everything you think you know. From the hall's shimmering floor rose multiple doorways, each glowing a different color, red, gold, blue, and black. They pulsed, as if alive, beckoning Aaron toward one. Which door should I choose? Aaron asked, panic creeping into his voice. Fate's light spiraled around him. The door is not chosen with your eyes, but with your heart. Look deeper, and you will see the path that belongs to you. Aaron closed his eyes. Memories flooded him, his mother's smile, his father's disappointment, nights he stayed awake wondering if he would ever matter, the friends who left, the battles he fought alone. And suddenly, the gold door pulsed brighter than the rest. My beloved child, fate said, that is the door of courage. Not the absence of fear, but the willingness to face it. Aaron swallowed hard. He took a tentative step forward, and the hall trembled. Don't skip, fate whispered, because the moment you walk through, nothing will ever be the same. He reached for the gold door and opened it. Light rushed out, wrapping around him like a wave. And then he was somewhere else, somewhere impossible. The field he had first stepped on appeared again, but now it was alive. Vibrant. Every blade of grass shimmered like emeralds, the air smelled of rain and electricity, and in the distance, the shadow self waited. Aaron froze. I'm ready, he said, voice barely audible, but firm. The shadow smiled, a cold, familiar smile. Ready? You're still just a boy playing at greatness. I am more than that, Aaron replied, stepping forward. I am every failure, every scar, every dream I refused to let die. And I am ready to rewrite everything. Fate's light flared brighter, as if applauding him. That's right, my beloved child. But remember, every step you take now is a risk. Every decision matters. Don't skip. What happens next will blow your mind. Aaron and his shadow clashed, not with fists, but with energy, with the very essence of who they were. Every strike wasn't just physical, it shook his memories, pulled at his fears, challenged his beliefs. The shadow whispered doubts constantly, trying to pull him back into old patterns, old pain, old helplessness. You can't win, the shadow hissed. You're not strong enough. But Aaron's heart burned. Every wound, every scar, every lonely night he had endured, fueled him. He realized something profound: the shadow wasn't his enemy, it was his teacher. His fears weren't to defeat, they were to embrace. "My beloved child," fate said, voice low and steady, "this is the truth few understand. Your greatest rival is yourself. And your greatest victory comes when you finally accept that." Aaron inhaled deeply. He stopped fighting the shadow in anger, stopped resisting it. Instead, he embraced it. Every doubt, every fear, every memory of failure flowed into him, not to weigh him down, but to give him strength. A brilliant explosion of light erupted from Aaron. The shadow screamed, not in defeat, but in recognition. The two merged, not as enemies, but as one. Stronger, wiser, unstoppable. The field transformed. What had been dark and uncertain now glowed with possibility. Every choice he had feared to make before now lay open, shimmering like stars ready to be claimed. "My beloved child," fate whispered, "you have done what few ever can. You have turned fear into power. And now, you are ready for the final revelation." Aaron's heart raced. What is it? Fate's light coalesced into a form, standing before him, radiating warmth and truth. "The reason I brought you here, the reason fate has never played a game like this, is because you are the key to a moment that will shape not just your life, but the lives of millions you have yet to meet. You are the one who will ignite hope where none exists. You are the one who will turn despair into possibility." Aaron's breath caught. "Me? How?" "You will know," fate said, "when the time comes. But remember this, my beloved child, the game is never about luck. It is about courage, choice, and the willingness to step into the unknown. Stay till the end, because your story is just beginning." The field shimmered. The city appeared again. This time, it was alive, moving, breathing. People walked, smiled, cried, and lived. Aaron realized he had been given a gift. Not power. Not knowledge. But understanding. He looked at fate. "So, it's over?" Fate shook its head. "No. It has only begun. And the moment you act, the world will feel it. Don't skip. The final twist, the part you will never forget, is coming." Aaron smiled, for the first time truly, knowing the shadow, the fears, and the battles were all part of him. He was ready. And the world was waiting. Share, comment, and subscribe, because the final revelation is coming in part 4. It's a once-in-a-lifetime truth you cannot miss. My beloved child. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Aaron stood at the edge of the now living city, the merged energy of his true self radiating around him. The wind carried whispers, voices of the people, their hopes, fears, and dreams, echoing through the streets. He could feel them all, every single life brushing against his own. And in that moment, he understood what fate had been guiding him toward all along. This is what I'm meant to do?" Aaron asked, almost trembling. Fate's voice flowed through him like light. Yes. You were chosen not because you were perfect, but because you had the courage to embrace yourself. Your shadow, your fears, your doubts, they were the training grounds. And now, my beloved child, you carry the power to ignite change. Don't skip. The revelation coming now will leave you breathless. Suddenly, the sky above the city split open like a door, revealing stars swirling in patterns Aaron had never seen. Shapes formed, symbols, constellations, each representing choices, paths, lives intertwined. And at the center, a golden light pulsed with unimaginable intensity. That light, Aaron whispered. What is it? It is the future, fate said. The moment where courage meets action. Where choice becomes legacy. And where your game reaches its climax. Aaron stepped forward. The city below seemed to respond, streets lighting up with movement, people smiling, reaching out, unknowingly synchronized with him. Every heartbeat, every step he took, sent waves of possibility across the world. But the shadow, now fully integrated yet separate, materialized one last time. Its voice was calm, almost reverent. You have done what I never thought possible. You have faced me, accepted me, and transformed me. But the final choice is yours alone. Aaron's chest heaved. Final choice? Fate's glow brightened. Yes. You can either take the light for yourself, or share it with the world. Every person, every life you touch will either flourish or remain in darkness, depending on your decision. Don't skip. This is the once-in-a-lifetime moment. Aaron closed his eyes. Memories surged, every act of kindness, every failure, every night he felt invisible. Every tear, every laugh. Every single moment had led him here. He opened his eyes and stepped fully into the golden light. And then he understood, the light was not for him alone. It was for everyone he had ever connected with, everyone who had ever touched his life, and even those he had never met. It was not power. It was influence. Love. Hope. Courage in its purest form. My beloved child, fate whispered, you have played the game like no one else ever could. And now, the world begins to change. The light spread outward, cascading across the city, then across continents. People everywhere felt it, a warmth, a sudden clarity, a rush of inspiration. Streets lit with smiles, acts of kindness multiplied, dreams awakened, and hearts healed. Every person touched by Aaron's courage now carried a spark that could change everything. Aaron fell to his knees, overwhelmed. I did it? Fate knelt beside him. No, my beloved child. We did it. You opened the door, but the world responded. This is the miracle of choice. The proof that destiny is not imposed, it is shared, nurtured, and embraced. The shadow, now fully merged, leaned close. You are no longer afraid. You are no longer alone. And that is victory. Don't skip. The final twist is almost here. As the city gleamed under the new dawn, a single figure approached Aaron, small, unassuming, yet radiating quiet strength. It was a child, holding out a hand. Are you ready? The child asked. Aaron smiled, understanding that the game never truly ends. Every day is a new choice, a new challenge, a new chance to create miracles. And now, with every ounce of courage he had, he reached out. Yes, he said. I'm ready. The child's hand met his, and in that touch, Aaron felt the weight of all the lives he would touch, all the possibilities he could create, and the truth that fate had never lied. My beloved child, you are the game changer. You are the first to play a game like this, and you have won. The city, the people, the world itself seemed to breathe as one. And for the first time, Aaron knew something no one else could: every heartbeat, every choice, every moment of courage, no matter how small, can change the world. Don't skip. Remember this forever. Something huge has just been revealed, and the game, your life, is only beginning. Share, comment, and subscribe if you're ready to step into your own game of destiny. Because, my beloved child, the universe is waiting for you.